Welcome back, Alvin Chef CP Gains. Something I want to talk about that's been piquing my interest and upsetting a lot of people in the community, and I think rightfully so. Maybe, I don't know. We'll talk about it. I haven't quite made up my mind yet, so I guess we will go on this discovery, this adventure, this journey together. So Thorin's coming out, and there are two main camps that people are falling in as far as requirements, which will be announced in like a day and a half or something like that. So let's just bitch and moan for the next day and a half until we know for sure, because that is what mobile gaming is about. If you don't, I'm lagging. If you don't complain about mobile gaming, you're not doing it right. Okay, so it's either going to be the dwarves and this one really threw me off. I had not even for a second considered Misty Mountain, but apparently everyone and their mom is coming out and saying that Misty Mountain is going to be a requirement now. Now, while it is true that in Galaxy of Heroes there are plenty of missions where you unlock a character by farming the thing that fought them at some point in the lore, that is totally an acceptable and very commonly used CG strategy. I think we're so early in the game, especially with being like pre-launch kind of. I mean, there's not a ton of content, and they're not pushing the game advertisement wise. They're just kind of trying to extract money from big whales before they leave. Have us basically beta test as they work in new game modes, and then when everything's out, kind of real launch happens, they start marketing. This is normal mobile game stuff, so nothing to be expected here. So I thought opening with Elrond was smart because elves are well loved and common, and Elrond's cool and awesome. It's a lore-friendly, player-friendly focus for people to start farming up, right? And coming out with Thorin is also like, oh, he's in the movies. People, did I not buy my energy yet? People know who he is. I think it would be a huge misstep on CG's part. I think it would be a colossal fuck up, in no uncertain terms, for them to require anything but dwarves to unlock Thorin. The reason I say that is since we are still in kind of like pre-launch, they want the vast majority of players, they want them to be farming things that are mainstream, popular, well-known, shit that would be identifiable to, say, a 13-year-old with their mom's credit card who just decided to watch The Hobbit for the first time and then found out that there's a Hobbit video game. He doesn't know what Lord of the Rings is. He just calls it The Hobbit, and he ends up playing, right? Like, that's what they want. So they want you to farm your elves and your dwarves. They're mainstream. They're easy. They're easily recognizable. So I've dealt with CG a lot in my life, in a number of ways. Some good, some bad. I will never discount them the fact that they're not fucking idiots, right? Do they do things that people don't like? Obviously, they do things that people don't like. They're a mobile gaming company. They're going to do things that people don't like because their interests and ours aren't exactly aligned, right? You might think that, their purpose is to make the most fun and enjoyable games so that people are like, you know what, I want to spend money on this. But really, it's just to make money as fast as humanly possible. And our goal is to have as much fun. Oh, another $100 pack. And our goal is to have as much fun as possible, spending as little money as possible. So very, very opposite, I would say, goals. But in this rare case, I think both of our incentives are aligned that it needs to be dwarves. And not like the copium, oh, fucking AP Gains, you're farming dwarves, of course you're going to say it's dwarves. No, it would be fucking stupid for them to require Misty Mountain. Because I would say maybe like 10% of the player base is farming dwarves, maybe 5% of the player base is farming Misty Mountains. And already being on that like teeter-totter of people being like, do I really want to play this game? Because that's all I see everywhere I look. In the comment section, in everywhere. People are just like, do I really, really want to be playing this game right now? And I don't think that they have a ton of leeway to go out on a limb and be like, yeah, this faction that like exists, but like no one really cares about, and like they were good in the beta, but like you can't even farm the main character for half of the faction. The other half of the faction doesn't even have a complete team. Like what's the end goal there, right? Like the cynical approach is that it's uncommon and that they could get money out of it, but the player base is not big enough to where they would make that much money off of people buying packs for Misty Mountains. Like, they would make, well, this game already doesn't make that much money, but like, let's say there's like 2,000 whales in this game, and I think that might be generous. You can get, call it $300 from 2,000 people. That's a good chunk of change, but it's not enough to like lose 10, 12, like 8 to 12% of your player base just because they think that what you did is stupid. You know what I'm saying? So I think I would say with a fair degree of certainty that if competent people are in the Heroes of Middle-earth rooms, that we're going to see dwarves as the requirement come Monday. I will always leave in football, it's called any given Sunday. Any given Sunday, any team can win. You never know what's going to happen. In boxing, it's called the puncher's chance. In mobile gaming, it's called a CG. There's always like a tiny little sliver where like you can have 99% of the team be good, but there's always that one guy who kind of, like people know exactly who in the office I'm talking about right now. But there's always that like one guy where it's like, should we allow him to be making decisions? So I'll give them a puncher's chance at any given Sunday, a CG, that the mistakes will be made, but I would go out on a limb and say that it's going to be dwarves. Like last video, I enjoy very much being wrong. So on Monday, when they announce that the requirements are fucking, I don't know, Isengard or trolls, there's only to get Thorin, you just need to have a 7-star brute or whatever fucking nonsense is going to come out on Monday that's going to make me look like the biggest fucking idiot of all time. Make sure you come back to this video. Actually, you know what? Don't even come back to this video and say that I'm an idiot. I'll make a new video and be like, hey guys, I'm a fucking idiot. And then you can go there and be like, hey, Beacons, I can't believe you convinced me to farm your dwarves. I used 25 crystals. I did 1 day of dwarf farming before the announcement. Fuck you. I'm not going to be able to get Thorin now. Now I need to farm my fucking eagles. You know what I'm saying? I look forward to the shit talk. I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye-bye.